Unitron's Flex Trial program actually help you increase revenue at your office? Stay tuned because that's exactly what we're going to cover today in Maximize Your Audiology Business. I'm Courtney.Smith, and I'm the Senior Manager of Audiology and Education at Unitron. Listen up and let's get to it. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce to all of you Dr. Arica Black from The Hearing Doctor in Lubbock, Texas. Thank you so much for being with us, Arica.
Absolutely. I'm excited to be here with you guys today.
So, Dr. Black, tell us a little bit about when you put a patient in a Flex Trial device.
Put a patient in a Flex Trial every single appointment. Right after we finish the hearing test, we immediately fit them in trial devices. I go over the hearing test, what the hearing test meant, and then I say, based on this test, we've determined that these are a good style of device for you to start with and try. And then we fit them with the trial devices that day.
And I love that because that's exactly how our Flex Trial program is intended to be run on every single person, every single time.
And that's the nice thing about it. We keep the Flex Trials on our desk. So I have them in a charger ready to go and I just grab them, gone ahead and put receivers on, kind of predicted where I need to start with the patient, immediately get them connected. If they're a first-time user, I start right there at the first time. If they've worn hearing aids, a little bit higher, but start with those, immediately put them on their ears, and then start talking. That transition between finishing the hearing test to putting them in the Flex Trial devices is within 15 minutes.
Okay, so can I just ask you, how much success have you had with this program?
So we track everything in our office, and one of those statistics we track is our close rate. We have a 98% success rate in fitting patients in trial devices, that when you give them a device that you have no cost of goods, you're not having to put out product right away, and you say, look, just take it and try it for a month. We'll see you back in about a week, 2 weeks, and see how you're doing with it. 98% of patients agree to go ahead and start a trial that day.
That is awesome. And tell me how you use our Log It All screen to show the patient their data in a way that makes sense to them and how you explain technology.
So we fit the patient in the trial devices, and I like to see them back in about a week or 2 weeks. And when I see them back, the first step I do is I go straight into Log It All and I read that out. You tell the patients how long they've been wearing the devices. You can see, are they wearing them 4 hours or 11 hours a day? That's your counseling of how much time they need to be wearing them so we can get this data. And then it breaks it down by different environments and what type of environments the patient's in. It gives you so much information, even building rapport with the patient. Just an example, I had a patient who comes back in for that follow-up, and it's showing me that they're averaging 30% of the time in music. And I'm like, 30% of the time in music, how, and I said, oh, Mr. So-and-so, it says that you're in music a lot. Do you think that's correct? And I honestly thought it might not be correct. Like, he doesn't look like he's a musician. And he said, oh, yes, well, I actually play in a band and we play on the weekends and we practice during the week. So this changes everything about how I know this patient, how to tailor and fine tune these devices for him better. And when we're going over the technology levels, he sharing that information and the Log It All screen let me make the best decision and help that patient see what level of device is appropriate for him. And he does use those music programs, and so they are very important for him. But without Log It All, I would have never known that information and would have never even known to ask about it.
That's so important. It's so much easier to help a patient understand what technology is right for them when you show them the data. It's hard for people to see what their lifestyle is like. When we can just show them, makes life a million times easier.
And it makes our life easier. As a hearing healthcare provider, you're not having to sell the hearing aid. The data is doing the work for you. It is showing the patient what type of environments and what device is appropriate for them. So if you're not keen on wanting to sell a device, use the data and support what you're repeating to them and use that data to your advantage as well.
So Dr. Black, this is my favorite question that I have for you. Imagine you're giving a TED Talk to other audiologists about how to use Flex Trials in their clinic. What would you say to them?
It might be kind of a surprise or not what you expect to hear me say, but I think one of the best things to use is your reps, your contacts at the different manufacturers, asking them, how are they using this or what are they seeing other clinics do? We as clinicians are in our own clinic. We see what we do and we don't really get ideas from other clinics as much as we could. These reps are out in other clinics all day, every day, and they see what other people do that's working. So go ahead, pick their brain, ask them questions because they have a lot of information that can help us on the clinic side to do the best we can.
All right, friends, you heard it here first. As Dr. Black said, lean on your team. Lean on your trainer. If you want to set up a program in your clinic like the one that she has set up very successfully, please reach out to me personally. You can email me directly, and I'm happy to walk you through the steps of implementing this in your own practice. Thank you so much for watching Maximize Your Audiology Business. Thank you to Dr. Black for being with us today. Please make sure you like and subscribe to Unitron US on YouTube for more. Thanks so much.